they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back after that break. In a few moments, we're just going to be going through our grand final of the Comeback Cup, hosted by NiQ. All right, so before we get into any of that stuff, let's talk a little bit about the brackets. Both teams, FlareX and Rebel Squad, were looking incredibly dominant through their runs up the quarterfinals and semifinals, both going 2-0 against their respective opponents. And honestly, I'm really excited to see who's going to come out on top because both the teams are basically saying that the other side is, pretty good and that they're a bit scary. So maybe we'll see a lot more of an interesting back and forth, maybe even a game three because we all love to see a lot more Valorant. So we've got FlareX coming from the top and then Rebel Squad coming from the bottom.
Well, let's dive into the map ban as well, so that we can look into the fact that which are the maps to be precise, which are going to get chosen. Seems like that Ascent is going to be the map, and when it comes to the picks, let's see what is going to be that. And apart from that, it seems like that the fights are actually going to be quite auspicious at this moment. Defenders are there. That is going to be Team FlareX, and on the other corner, RS. The aggression which we saw from their particular corner seems it is going to be quite lovely, to be honest. But let's see what happens.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of fluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down.
Alright, we are live.
Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. We're having a few technical difficulties with the map bans. Just need to wait a few more minutes for the teams to decide what those maps are going to be. But in the meantime, we can talk a little bit about maybe this potential map that they're going for, Ascent.
Yeah, this could be the map. Yeah.
Yeah, Ascent, very interesting. I haven't seen Ascent from Rebel Squad just yet. Not sure about FlareX. But again, Ascent is a very technical map. It's not one of those maps you think of when you think of just like a rush comp or just an absolute beatdown. Ascent is very, very slow, methodical. You have to take control of mid. Overall, kind of a vanilla tactical shooter map. 3 lanes, a mid. Nothing too interesting, but I think honestly, it's probably one of the best maps in the game. It's one of those maps where it's like you gotta flex on your opponents. It's like one of those things you can't afford to not know. So many people play Ascent, right? But also very interesting now because Chamber's out of the meta, and now you're seeing a lot more Killjoy and Cypher. But personally, I think Killjoy's probably better on this map. Just having those mollies on B site and, the turret basically having a really long line of sight is just essential for this map. Okay, just a few more moments. Sorry about that, everybody. Still trying to get the map bans checked.
We'll take a short break and then we'll be back.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of fluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk.
Well, guys, after some minor technical glitches, we are back in the scene, and look at that, the map ban is going on. The picks are looking like Haven, Ascent, and the start is actually going to be on Pearl, maybe.
Yes, Haven, again, we've seen Rebel Squad just absolutely dominating Astro on their game. So it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe they've learned a couple tricks along the way, and so they're very well prepared for Haven. But Ascent is interesting. Rebel Squad actually picked Icebox last match. And we're seeing that actually being banned.
So will this
Overall,
change?
we've got
Yeah, that is going to be the question, that how Rebel Squad is going to perform, because Ascent is not going to be the map, Haven is not going to be the map, it's Pearl. And definitely it's a quite it's quite a beautiful map, to be precise, when it comes to the gameplay, when it comes to the area where you can actually perform. So definitely looking forward to it. But now if the map has been sorted, let's move on to the game as well. Alright guys, the game is going to get started soon enough. Haven is going to be the first map, definitely going to be a lovely one. So I believe the game has been started, so directly let's just jump into it so that we can witness the carnage and the chaos that is going to form up. So first of all, I guess the agent pick is going to come in, and let's see what kind of agents these guys are actually going to go with. Breach is there, Neon might actually come in, Fade is there. Apart from that, Jet has been confirmed by Hisame, and he was absolutely lovely when it came to the semi-finals, where you saw Hisame doing exceptionally well, I guess sniping with the ops. On the other corner, if we talk about Chun, he's going to actually get the Sova. That's amazing.
Indeed, you're seeing a bit of a philosophy difference here as Rebel Squad is going for more of a rush comp. Again, what we saw before in the previous match, 2 duelists, no sentinel. And their initiator is just Breach, and they have a Breach and Fade. Whereas looks like FlareX is going for Sova, which I think is actually an interesting pick because Fade on this map is very useful for the Prowlers, but her reveal is a little bit weaker given that its range is smaller, and it's a little trickier to land those lineups. But Sova, I think a lot of his kit is very well suited for this Haven map, and it could give them a lot of value here.
That could be the probable situation. On the other corner, Fade is also going to be there for
Choose your
Nalsa.
agent.
Pretty much same, should I say, picks that was there from the previous matchup in the semi-finale that we saw them using in front of another team which was there in the semi-finals. But for now, this is the finals, guys. Remember, this is the stage where everything can go south for Team Rebel Squad or for Team FlareX. Let's see what happens for now. Defenders are going to be FlareX, attackers are going to be the Team Rebel Squad, and they were quite good when it comes to the attacking formation. But then again, in the second round of the semi-finale, the team known as Rebel Squad was suffering a lot. There was a gap, definitely there was a huge gap, but then again, it was not enough to put down the hopes of the other team. But for now, let's see what happens. Haven is the map, as you saw. We are moving in. Very soon, we'll get to know who is going to initiate. Is the attack going to be a successful one, or the defenders are going to easily defend their POVs?
Learning a bit from the last matchup, hoping to see perhaps FlareX abusing the comp difference where
Right.
Rebel Squad doesn't have a Sentinel, no flank watch, and even though they're very good at defaulting, when they start rushing sites, they're going to leave a lot of those spaces open. And it's going to be easy for agents like Omen or even Cypher to just take that space and really open up more ways to retake onto site. Coming from either CT side or perhaps even just completely going around the map. It looks like the match has started already.
Fade with the spike. Nalza is trying to move forward. Jet is there already trying to give the cover, as you can see. Apart from that, if we talk about sneaky, Neon is going to be the pick. Well, they're trying their level best to put a very amazing fight at B.
There.
It could be quite probably easy one, maybe. And now they are actually going to shoot it down, concurs a bit. But apart from that, the picks are actually going to be there. Fade is actually going to be on the back foot. And apart from that, Iser also goes in with a classic. Fails to attack. The more shots are being delivered. FlareX is looking very good when it comes to the defending POV. They're able to destroy a lot of perspectives, but with that, another beautiful player that's going to be Fade has been taken on with that. Neatix becomes the last one standing. The Omen is here, trying to take up a fight, but no, it's the defender, FlareX, which is easily going to get this round in their favor. The diffusion is going to be there. Zinx is the guy who's going to defuse the spike. With that, defenders have got the lead of 1-0.
Cover going out.
That was a lightning fast round.
They're only human.
I mean, I think the aggressive hit on B was ambitious, but at the same time, maybe just difficult to play from the back angle because, again, having only pistols means that you can't really spam the spike as easily as you would be with a rifle.
It's for sure a tough competition. FlareX is looking good. On the other corner, when it comes to the team known as Rebel Squad, still they have to find their grasp. They have to find their grounds where they can perform. Apart from that, some shots are being exchanged. The reveal could actually go in.
I'll find you.
And yes, that's what is going to happen. Apart from that, let's see what happens. The concussion is there. Nalza is pretty much concussed. But then again, if we talk about the Jet, she moves forward. Omen is there in the pretty close quarter.
Yeah, Hisame crawled up into this really interesting off angle.
Oh,
Can he get a kill? No. Chun's there to trade it out. But they have a lot of information. 3 people towards garage.
yeah, they have,
Rebel Squad managed to rotate out and just find the opening. But it looks like FlareX is actually going back to be really spreading out again.
A could be the place where they are going to plant the spike. Seems like that. Breach goes in the ACVO.
Yeah, they noticed the gap here, but Cypher is set up. Very interesting as winner
Ooh,
on Heaven,
30 seconds left.
but the stun coming in from Breach. Very difficult to get out of this situation here. Low HP on both Fade and Omen. Isaiah just maybe hoping to find something from Nadix. Was a decent pick,
Last
but
player
gets traded
standing.
out.
Spike down A.
oh. He tried his level best to actually cover up the flanks with the frenzy. He was able to take down one. That was Cypher. But just at the same instance, he was taken out. As I said on the previous situation, on the map ban as well, that their attack, to be precise, Rebel Squad's attacking formation is somewhere where they are pretty much on the back foot. When it comes to their defending POV, I believe at that moment, this team outperforms everyone. But for now, let's see what happens. This is the finals. This is the grand stage. The spike is with the Omen. C could be the area where the plantation is going to be there. Looking forward to it, as Izar is actually going to be there. Let's see what Fade is going to do. Fade is once again going to go in the mid area. Well, there we go. From C, Jet is going to initiate the attack.
Two people creeping up on C long here. They see the trip and see Cypher on stage. Oh. Oh, but Hisame with a huge kill while blinded. Rebel Squad looking very well set up here. Full control of site.
Spike
But
planted.
FlareX in position to try and retake from garage. And hopefully Chasey will be able to round up the flank here.
Not ready yet. Revealing area.
Well, the reveal is
Flash
here.
comes out from. Utility is exchanged. And Zinx manages to find Hisame. Huge kill with the Sheriff. But Chun not looking into the
Player
smoke.
standing.
And Zinx in a very precarious situation. A 1v2, but ends up dying. A much needed gun round win for Rebel Squad. But still a bit dicey, losing 3 rifles in the process and needing to buy full shields.
Economy is not looking that good. 14 more seconds to go. Then we'll get to see the 4th round. Let's see which team is going to get it out. Seems like that
Looks
at
like
this
Rebel
point.
Squad
Yeah.
going for a heavy A push right now. But FlareX not ready at all. You see Chun kind of rotating, but maybe not in the best position right now. Chasey there to back him up.
Shadows traveling.
Oh, but Rebel Squad just storms onto site.
Spike planted.
A lovely attack indeed. Heavenly on the other corner manages to survive for the time period. Omen on the other corner is going to push forward. That can be a very risky approach because the players are just lurking in the shadow. They're just trying to hold on to their perspective corners. So this definitely can
Yeah.
impact a lot. Well, the sights
This
are...
crossfire is very brutal to break out of with no utility, no flashes.
Player standing.
Zinx manages to find one, but gets traded out instantly. And Rebel Squad take the 4th round.
Start was good, to be precise, from the corner of Team FlareX, but now Rebel X is trying to pick up the pace, building up some good criteria to fight back with. Obviously, being an attacker in the first few fights is obviously going to cut you down when it comes to the strategies, because you have to do a dual job. You have to survive as well as plan the spike as well. And when the spike is done, when the spike plantation is done, then I believe the whole picture gets shifted to the defenders. But for now, let's see what happens in the mid lane. It's Neon which is actually going to push forward. That is Sneaky, if I'm not wrong. In front of
Sneaky and Nalza just trying to take some space mid. Prowler manages to see Winner. Huge kill.
Take this.
Reveal manages to come in, but it's a bit of a token. Not really stopping anybody. FlareX
Spike
on the
planted.
back end with a Marshal. Just a Sheriff. They need a miracle to come back in this
player
round, and
standing.
Zinx is just taken out. Oh, but a nice shot from Casey. Gets traded immediately by Nalza, though.
Yeah, the shot was there, but it was not enough. With the Marshal, he was unable to do a lot. Already gaining a frag in his favor, that was amazing. But apart from that, now FlareX, it seems like that this team has to develop some new strategies so that they can come back even harder. Because back-to-back 3 rounds in the favor of the attackers, that's Rebel Squad. It shows that now they have picked up the strategy. Now they know how to fight back in front of them. But things can change because still a lot of rounds to go.
Rebel Squad really leaning into that advantage that they have with just 2 duelists rushing in and just taking the site. We'll see if we'll have to see if FlareX actually manages to adapt to this situation. Again, they're playing a bit more passive than usual, but perhaps all they need right now is a trade. Sneaky manages to find one. That's huge.
Coming through. Watch out.
Puts the wall up on B just to cause a bit of confusion. But Isaiah, looking for a few pokes, gives away his position on A. And this looks like a very clean fake, drawing over 3 people to the A site, with just Winter out on his own in C garage. But now that they don't see it, they're rotating quite quick. I think Rebel Squad may have missed the timing here.
No, I guess they have a fair chance at this point. Shots are coming up, no doubt on that, but the people are also regrouping from the enemy territory. That means Rebel Squad is also trying to regroup on the other corner. If we talk about FlareX, they are also looking good. Let's move on to check out what happens at this point for FlareX. It's a 3v4 to be precise. Natix is going to plant it out from the back end. Another beautiful takedown goes in. It's Omen and Cypher which are left. Not a lot of utilities to be precise, but the ult is there for Emilia.
Last player.
Spike hasn't even been planted.
Spike planted.
It doesn't even matter. Isaiah just picks up 2.
All said and done. A 2v4 to be precise. There is a gap of 2 points between the attackers and the defenders. In the start, we were talking about Team FlareX that they were quite dominant, quite aggressive, and eventually the early frags were coming from the corner. But now, seems like that things have taken a change and a turn. There are a lot of deceptions that have been created by the enemy. Should I say Rebel Squad? They are actually lurking on A, then moving on to C. They are lurking on B, and then moving on A. This is good because they are able to, should I say, create that art of deception. That element of surprise is coming from the corner. But Winter, first of all, shuts down Sneaky. That's a very early loss.
Off your feet!
Now Breach All comes onto site. Omen on top, but the blind, very nice, keeping Omen alive for just a few seconds, but not enough. But Evenlia on the back retrieves a rifle, manages to get taken out by Natix. Again, looking like a very precarious situation for FlareX right now. Unable to deal with just such a barrage of utility. And now all they have to do is play back. They still have util to spare.
Last
At this
player
point, I
standing.
might just see a save.
My ult is ready.
Shun gets 1. But at this point, this is a doomed situation.
The reload. That's it.
Natix just spams him down.
All said and done, once again, it's Team Rebel Squad which is going to go home smiling. But let's see how far these attackers are going to stretch their glory. Because when it comes to the defending perspective, somewhere around the team is getting shattered when it comes to the rotations. So let's see what happens. But now, yeah, the ults are there, the abilities are pretty much cooked up. And when it comes to the kills, Winter is there from Team FlareX, which is having the highest amount of kills, and the death ratio is also good. AD ratio is also good. Zinx is also having the same number of frags. But look at Isaiah, 9 frags, amazing.
Breach no less. Rebel Squad again looking to push up on B here. But this Omen smoke causing just a bit of trouble. Looks like FlareX is playing for retake here though. With only one person close to the site. They've learned not to give too many kills on the site take. Oh, but now's a bit of a blunder there with the Prowler. If that caught out Winter, that would have been horrible.
Oh, seems like that the plant is going to be on A.
But they do leave Sneaky on mid there. But Isaiah, a good frag there. Sobal comes in to sort of deny the plant. But it'll only buy him a couple seconds.
Spike planted.
Ooh, the concussion was there.
Starter is active, but and a nice camera from Evenlia.
Last player standing.
Winter, last player surviving.
In the same situation as his teammates, unable to break the crossfire,
Ooh.
and he can't pick side. Again, Rebel Squad looking very dominant on the offense here.
Remember,
Really
guys,
utilizing that comp to their advantage. Having a Neon to just, stun on top of the breach is just going to cause so many problems, especially for a team that has only one agent who can really move around the map, has an actual movement ability. Omen kind of counts, but teleport doesn't really, it's not very fast. Winter posting up on garage looking for an aggressive sheriff shot. Doesn't find anybody. Recent comes in, but Hisame just gets that.
Ooh.
Get out of my way.
Another beautiful takedown. 3 players left from the team, known as FlareX. Rebel X.
planted.
NeTX is actually going to Rebel Squads. NeTX is going to plant it out. Singer is there in the hand. Sheriff is actually going to be there with Emilia. Can those shots find their way 2 ahead? That's a bigger question. Let's go to Woman as well. Well, Singer
this?
is going to be the gun. Blind is here. Hisame is once again going to find out easily. But
catches
with
the
the
timing.
beautiful takedown. With that, Woman also is going to get traded off, and now Cypher is going to be the last guy which is surviving. And Breach goes in, finishes him off. 2-7, a brief buffer of 5 points.
That's been 7 rounds in a row from Rebel Squad. And looks like a timeout's going to start. Alright. So this is a defender timeout, and honestly, I think if we're talking about the game plan here, it's just going to revolve around taking extra space on parts of the map. It looks like FlareX is having the same problem as Astro, as we've seen earlier, is they're just boxed in. They have nowhere to go. It feels like the retakes are impossible. But I think that's also because they're not really working the map on defense as much.
Yeah.
And because of that, you're seeing a lot of punishes, like Sneaky just, walking up to B. You can see the ping there. They know as well, right? They just can't let people walk up and take, weird off angles.
Yeah.
And just constantly just harassing them. They really do need to work out how they're going to take more map control.
Precisely. I mean, quite often we have seen agents from FlareX trying to actually find a beautiful angle. Like Raze was actually sitting on the B garage and maybe tried their level best to compensate the fight, but eventually it was not that easy. Moving back to the game, the timeout is over, and now Emilia once again is going to set the trap so that if anybody comes in, the alarm should go off. Reveal their position as well. Well, let's see what happens. 6 more seconds to go. After that, the match will go on with the aggression.
That goes there.
Looking forward to it, what happens and how the fights are going to be there. From A perspective, I believe the traps are set, cameras are set. Cypher has done his job in this particular perspective, but apart from that, I believe the push might come in on COB. But at this point, there is not even a single push. Spike is already there near the spawn region for Team Rebel Squad.
Shadows.
Yeah,
And-
this is definitely a default coming out from Rebel Squad. They like to do this as well, try to change up the pace. Instead of being aggressive after a timeout, they're taking their time, really being methodical about what they want to do. It seems to be paying off. They're drawing a lot of rotations off to C. We see Chun here, already pushed up on A long. This could be huge. Isame is ready to trade.
Cover going out.
Knowing that 1 is A.
Go there.
We see Evently transitioning over, but Sneaky finds the kill on C.
Oh,
And it's a nice shot on Winter.
amazing, man.
Spike planted.
Spike has been planted. Omen also gets taken down, and now it's all about Emilia. Phantom is in the hand. Let's see what he can do. It's a 1v3. Oh, another shot goes in. Finds one gap. But his SP is not
Bit
looking
of a
that good.
messy fight though. 30
Yeah.
HP left on Evently here.
That's it.
NiQ
8-2.
just finishes him off.
Even after the timeout, seems like that the defenders are unable to read the strategies and maybe come back even harder. 10 rounds have been passed. 8 in the favor of Team Rebel Squad. Just 5 more to go, and then Rebel Squad will be able to bag out the first of the best of 3. And for Team FlareX, the start has to be there. Only 2 rounds in their favor, and that was the first 2 rounds to be precise. And after that, things are not looking that good. But look at that, everybody is regrouped on C from the perspective of Rebel Squad. And when it comes to FlareX, they are pretty much regrouped at A and B. So C is a pretty open space for them to go ahead and plant.
FlareX going for a 4-man flank. That's kind of actually very. It's actually a good idea. Using their numbers to just overtake them. And if they do decide to go play for post plant, then they do have a strong flank. 2 players in garage. Only Nalza.
Ooh,
Yeah, the blunder.
a big one.
And a huge flank coming out. This is amazing. Chun
That's
managed to
it.
get the last kill, and that's what you love to see from defense. Those long flanking maneuvers, just completely unexpected.
It was unexpected, it was quite good, but then again, if I talk about Team Rebel Squad, from the backside, I believe when it comes to
Last
Nalza,
round
the
in the
Fade,
half.
and 1 or 2 other members as well. They choked a bit when it comes to the aiming at that point. Eventually, they were reloading and shifting with the guns. And at that moment, they were caught off guard by the players of FlareX. With that, yes, FlareX is back in the game. They are showcasing their beautiful talent. But
Right
for
here.
now, this is the last round before the swap goes in, when the attackers are actually going to get shifted on the defending side. That means Rebel
Right
Squad
here.
will be on their favorable
Right here.
spot. But for now, 8-3, Rebel Squad is on the advantage. Some shots are being exchanged. Yes, they are trying to make a lot out of it this particular fight. But then again, if I talk about the C side, as Isaiah is actually going to be there on that particular side. If I talk about Jet, well, Jet is actually going to be close to A. Oh, shots were there, and with that, Winter is going to get shut off.
When they're being a bit ambitious with that peak there on mid, really does open up a lot of the site. Or sorry, a lot of the map, because again in Haven, you really just gotta have all those angles cleared, not letting Rebel Squad play to their advantage, which is just to just creep up, which they're doing right now on A. The orb is being taken. Evenlia knows that there's people here, and the ult comes in. He's trapped on site, but manages to stay alive due to the omen smoke. Ah, not for long though.
Blocking sight.
A counter breach ult, but Hisame manages to dodge it.
Blocking sight.
The reveal is already there.
Sinks. A huge shot on Hisame, but what else can they do? It's a 2v4 with no
Location
other
has been
angles,
revealed.
both of them revealed.
Last player standing.
Tries to dodge the flash, but isn't able to.
Wow.
And a 3-man peak finishes Chun.
Well, the Omen and Sova tried their
Switching
level best to
sides.
survive, but then again, it was not that easy. But now
What
the
I
sides have
say,
been
bro.
switched. So
Stretch your
the team
wings.
which was on the attacking formation, that was Rebel Squad, is now going to become the defender, and the attackers are going to be FlareX. Let's see how far the attacking formation is going to go, because it's going to be very important to see. It's going to be very crucial to see how far their advantages are going to get set. The traps are set. All the other practices are going to be there. But on the other corner, if we talk about Nalza sitting on the B corner, let's see what Breach is going to do. Isaiah is also there, pretty much close to B, and Sneaky is actually going to be there with the Jet on the close quarters of A. On C, I believe we find only one guy, and that's going to be Nadex.
Shadows
It's very interesting how FlareX is going to approach this pistol round. Sort of defaulting on a pistol round is a bit unusual. But Zinx manages to find one off of C long. Are they aware that Sneaky is in this angle?
I'm out of
The
here.
drone manages to clear him. And then he's stunned out in the middle of nowhere. And he gets
Oh.
shot. And the Venlia manages to just sneak a few bullets in there. Now Rebel Squad scrambling to get onto A, but looks like FlareX is doing the same thing. Fake onto A, go hit C.
It's
Looks
an
like
open
the
party.
Site will be taken for free.
They can easily go ahead, plant the spike. Meanwhile, if we talk about the Fade, still stuck at B.
Spike planted.
Now the read is gonna be there. Pretty much close to Chun. They might be in a pickle at this point. And yeah, the spottation is there
Nalza
with a
looking
beautiful
somewhere
headshot.
else.
The attackers are looking good. It's 2v5 to be precise. So the reveal is gonna be there. The concuss is gonna be there.
Last player standing.
One of the guy gets taken down, and with that, it's only Omen which is surviving.
smells ready.
1v5. Tries to find one, gets one. Tries to go with another, but no, fails to do so. The attackers are finally going to win it. A 4-9 coming up. There is a buffer of 5 rounds to be precise, but then again, the counter from Team Rebel Squad is looking good.
Yeah, exactly. Rebel Squad's still up, but losing this pistol is just the first step to the 9-3 curse. You know, you gotta win the pistol, you win the force, which you're expected to win, and then if you can manage to convert the bonus, then you're already 9-6 with a very good economic advantage, and then just 3 more full gun rounds, and you're good to go.
Cover going
Let's see,
out.
another sort of default look coming out from FlareX here, but Rebel Squad, very
Spike
aggressive.
down, attacker spawn. Last
Ooh.
player standing.
And
What?
they get mopped up in an instant.
Just like that, the game is done for Team Rebel Squad. I mean, now Team FlareX is looking quite well. Their attacking formation is looking quite well. They are able to aggress, they are able to plant the spike, they are able to completely wipe out the enemy as well in just a span of 5 or 6 seconds. So, this is quite lovely. Let's see what Rebel Squad is going to answer with. Where the formations are going to get built. Jet is actually going to be there on the C. In B, we are actually going to witness Omen, if I'm not wrong. Breach is also pretty close to A. And on A side, we've got Neon along with another beautiful agent that could be Fade.
Rebel Squad looking for an early aggression with that breach stun, but unable to capitalize. Now's understanding that they need to take control of short. Uma comes out, but the C's manages to stop them just briefly. With 3 people on short, this is going to be an explosive take. Breach stun comes out. Prowler to deny, but again, it looks like FlareX is backing off. Just creating a lot of noise on A to try and draw the rotates out. But still, leaving Winter here. Very reminiscent of a team like Optic, who just kind of leave players in these very annoying angles.
B could be the area where the plantation might actually go. But for now, everybody is regrouping once again. Let's see how they're going to
30
find their
seconds
angles. Not a lot of time period is left for the attacking side to actually go ahead and plant the spike. But the satchel
What
is done.
explodes onto site with the satchels.
Oh,
Doesn't
that's
check the
still-
corner though.
Still gets
And
taken
Nalza
down.
finds 2.
Another one. With that, Avilia is pretty much concurs. Avilia could actually go down. And yes, that's what is going to happen. Finally, Rebel Squad is back in the game. They're just double at this moment in terms of the point. And they're pretty much happy about this comeback as well.
I kill them. Simple as that.
That was a very clean gun round from Rebel Squad. They kind of need this to come back into the game. But again, this will be the first full gun round. Both sides equipped with rifles and full armor. Looking a bit like an A default, a rush, depending on whether the players stop
Eyes up.
jumping around. Again, yeah, transitioning more into a default position here. Same stun comes out. With heavy aggression from A.
Ooh.
Wallbang shots managed to go out, but Winter finds a huge pick on middle.
Bomb buddy out.
Boombot goes in. Satchel
Dodges
is
the
done.
sun.
Ooh, another
And
beautiful
Winter,
shot.
what is that shot?
Amazing.
Please, don't do another. Oh my.
Oh
Winter was
man.
very close to taking out Isaiah right there through the smoke. That's 2 smoke kills.
Another guy gets taken down. Now it's all about the fade and breach. They're trying to figure out an angle, and yes, but the HP is not looking good, as you can see. Just 3 HPs left.
Isaiah.
Fade on the other corner also tries to go for the Cypher. Can he put him down? But before that, Omen is going to find him, shut him down. And with that, Isaiah is going to become the last man standing. A lot of bullets are being spreaded at this point. No one is going to put him down. He wants to fall back.
Ooh, and
Maybe
Isaiah
save his utility.
surviving with just his life and a dream. 3 HP, but does he realize 2 other players are coming around?
Oh.
No, he doesn't. Winter with a 3K. With the ult ready, this could be a huge part of their attack. Just being able to have an literally explosive entry with that ult could be the key to breaking open a site. And it looks like Rebel Squad is on a very, very broken buy. Operator with no armor, half shields, and a bulldog. It seems like their defense is showing a few cracks there. Again, not having a sentinel really Really hurts a lot when you're trying to cover several angles that you don't normally want to. Rebel Squad is showing a bit of presence on B. Nadix teeping into a nice off angle there. Trades come in. Zinx manages to find 2. And FlareX looking favored in this situation. A 4v3. But do they realize? Isame standing right there, point blank with an op. And Shin, although he gets the scan off, isn't able to capitalize. Isame again with an aggressive peek.
Oh man,
The man's insane.
Hisame is just on fire. The way he's actually picking up the guys is absolutely amazing. Finally, the spike carrier is also dead. As a breach for you guys, Chase has been taken and now it's Evanlia. Last man standing. Look at the crossfire that has been set up. Well, you're not going to survive through that. And just like that, 11-6. Again, a buffer of 5 rounds is there. 2 more rounds for Team Rebel Squad and they're going to move on with a 1-0. But the timeout is going to be there, seems like that, from the attacker side. And that's Team FlareX.
This is an interesting timeout because it looks like FlareX is having success with some of their attacks. However, one key flaw is that they just they're not able to really trade the util properly, in my opinion. Just not really clearing the angles, not really being very diligent about re-clearing certain things.
Here.
But also the fact that Hisame is just an absolute madman, just re-peeking with an op after he's been scanned. That's definitely got to be a wrench in their plans. But you can see already pinging C, maybe looking to, again, just clear angles properly.
Yeah.
And if I were them, I'd also try to take a bit more C long control. They're going for that garage hit.
Let's see what happens now after the timeout. Things can change quite rapidly for Rebel Squad because FlareX is going to come up with some new strategies and maybe evolve a bit at the same time. FlareX, finally Evanlia is going to pick up the spike. The Cypher goes in. Maybe C side is actually going to be the side where they're going to perform from. Let's see what happens on the hindsight. Omen is going to pick up the spike. Apart from that, if we talk about the Team Rebel Squad, the 2 members are going to be there. Should I say Neon? Apart from that, Omen is also there, surviving the close quarter. They are trying to mark the areas where they can fight from. The trap is going to be set on the back foot. With that, the pressure is going to evolve. Everybody's trying to push on the 4th side, on the C side to be precise. But let's see what Winter is going to do. The last one, Winter was able to put one down through the smoke, but it's
Omen flash
sneaky.
coming out.
Oh,
But the grenade gets sneaky somehow.
amazing.
Was there a stun?
Out of charges.
With all this pressure coming out, looks like FlareX is just going to back up. A wise decision with 3 players already on C side, but do they realize that Hisame is holding this? They have to, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have an op. That's just the natural thing that they'd want to do. Now Hisame just holding his ground. Not seeing anything just yet.
The reason being because
4v4.
Yeah.
Or a 4v4 situation. Neither team really favored at this point, but Winter getting a bit more information. And the aftershock comes out, a crucial piece of utility, kind of wasted there. But Isaiah is just holding.
30 seconds left.
Not moving a muscle. Not a lot of time period is left. But with that, the spottation is there and a beautiful takedown goes in. Hisame finally is going to move on. And maybe on the C, the plantation will be there. But look at that. The guy which was surviving also gets taken down with the showstopper. And now it's a 2v4. A tough one to be precise.
Spike planted.
Nalsa on the other corner goes in. Tries to figure out the angle. Managed to put down a few shots. But Bulldog is not going to find any kind of angle at this point. So once again, things won't be that comfortable for the team. But Hisame on the other corner with the op is still waiting for the right opportunity. Let's see, is he going to get it?
Rebel Squad in this situation, maybe thinking about just saving in a 2v4 situation where the enemy has full side control. Honestly, a save isn't out of the question. Maybe just looking for a few exit frags as the eco is still a bit shaky, but it looks like they'll just back off. Live to fight another day. And I think, honestly, as time goes on, you'll see a lot of teams start to do this a bit more in situations like 2v4, with the spikes down, you just save. There's no reason to really fight that.
My burden never ends.
Well, now, another beautiful round in the hands of FlareX. FlareX is showing a fair share of their, let's say, comeback. So looking forward to see how far their comeback is going to be there. Apart from that, if I talk about guys like Sova, Sean is actually doing a tremendous job. Evenly on the other corner, the spike planter for the team is also doing a tremendous job. But Rebel Squad somewhere are getting diminished. Let's see what they can bring in the next 2 rounds. Because if they win the next 2-1, they will be able to back out the lead in the best of 3. Because that's what the main meta is all about. On the other corner, the push is there. And as you can see that the players are pushing constantly on this area. But the concuss is going to be there. And with that, 2 players have been finished off. Nalza finds 1. Chase is going to be the guy. Apart from that, Omen, Sova and Cypher are the 3 members which are still surviving. And they're pretty much close to the ACO. But on the other corner, it's a 3v5. So definitely it's going to be a very risky approach. Zinx meanwhile managed to dish out a lot of bullets. With that, the traps that has been set by the Cypher is already going to help them a lot. Zinx managed to go for the B. Spike is there in his hands. Let's see what happens.
Hisame holding the spawn with an op. They don't realize the spike
down
is
A.
down. They're trapped. With not a lot of options left. The round already looking lost. Chun's gonna need to pull off a miracle here, but with only 45 seconds left, I don't think he can. Oh! Slight mistiming there. But Sneaky manages to walk away with his life. Could have been a very dangerous
30
situation, but
seconds left.
looks like Rebel Squad getting just a bit cheeky, pushing up to B window. But the trip is still there.
Yeah.
Only 15 seconds left on the clock. Chun and Avenlia, the only members left
10
alive.
seconds left.
Maybe would just go for a save here. Again, not... The eco is still shaky. Having 2 rifles in hand would be quite big, and looks like a bit of a stalemate here with only 2 people left.
Match point.
Give me a moment. I need to set back up.
Now, match point for Rebel Squad.
Seven and 12. Rebel Squad looking quite good at this point. Once again, the trap is going to get set. Cypher is actually doing a very good job when it comes to the tripwires because nobody was able to push in the last round you saw from Rebel Squad. They didn't want to just eventually initiate that trap and maybe give their positions. But again, the whiff is coming in. The concussion is going to be there, and yes, our breach has been concussed. But Chase is still going to survive because he had the backup of the teammates. But Neon is already showcasing its presence.
Avenlia, already very keenly aware of the fact that Hisame, absolute Giga Chad, would just walk down C and hold an op and spawn.
There.
Being a lot more diligent about this now, which is fair because they did get burned. But now they're creeping up A long. Again, Rebel Squad not having control of A main, I think, is a mistake because before they used to have so much control, and now Winter, looking for an aggressive push, knows that somebody's in the corner.
Ooh.
Nearly gets spammed down though. Venlia gets the first shot, but is seized up and can't do anything. Cypher ult online. Spots out several members. They know exactly where they are.
Spike planted.
All 3 huddle towards CT. This is one of those situations that's, again, unfavorable. 3v5. Now you see the tides being turned. The tables have just been completely flipped. Used to be Rebel Squad, now holding a dominant position on attack. Now they have to go through the same crossfire.
Oh,
As there. Whoa, bit of a delay from Avenlia there, but manages to get him in the end. Hisame
Last
peeks
player
out.
standing.
Winter gets a trade. And Nadix, all on his own, walks into the grenade.
a
But
beautiful
Winter-
exchange.
Oh, you can't do much about a raise grenade, can you?
Yeah, exactly. He was able to put down Raze, but then again, that need was able to find his way on Omen. Apart from that, now the lead is still there. I believe it's a very significant lead, to be honest. Just 1 more round to go. Rebel Squad will be able to be victorious in the first of this best of 3. So definitely looking forward to it. What happens for now? The match point is here. That means a lot of pressure on Team FlareX as well, because they know if they choke this round, things won't be that good for them, because then they have to actually once again come back even stronger in the next one. But for now, let's see what this particular team is going to do. Omen is there on the C point. As you can see, he's also ready with the smokes.
Shadows
And
traveling.
the shadows are there. Let's see.
If I'm not mistaken,
Mm-hmm.
did Nadix only buy one smoke?
Seems like that, yeah.
No smoke and no flash. This is looking very difficult. Of course, only a Vandal and half shields, but still, utility is quite important, especially for controller. But because of that, FlareX get what seems to be
Satchel out.
mostly free sight. A lot of people hold towards CT, but no active defense. But this is actually fake. You see 3 people heading towards A. But because of that Omen ult,
Oh, it's B. Oh, okay, I believe it's
Spike
C.
planted.
and they know to play off site to dodge the breach ult. And the Neon,
Nowhere to run.
Emilia looking for a backstab. Can he do so? Seems like
so
that.
much
Yes.
chaos being caused by the Hunter's Fury. Hisame trades fly in.
One
And Evenlia finds a huge lurk timing.
That's it.
And that's the round. That's the hardest round. Now the op is gone. Yep.
Went to
With that
battle.
op gone, Hisame is kind of shut down, honestly, and no Blade Storm either.
Oh man, the comeback coming from Team FlareX is looking absolutely amazing. The way they are able to just literally devour everything in front of them, or the strategies that are being created by the team known as Rebel Squad. It's looking good enough. But let's see what Rebels are actually going to do in this particular matchup. As I'm once again going to emphasize on the fact that there are just one more round to win. They can actually go for that individual round. That would be lovely for them. Shots are being created. But let's see what is going to happen in the close quarters. The tripwires are there. Okay, the pixels have been
Oh, but
elevated with the
Hisame.
Sheriff. With a beautiful Sheriff shot. Hisame is going to find one out. Let's see what happens. Hisame also gets confirmed. On the back end, one more guy gets taken down. It's a 4v3. A tough one to be precise. Chase the breach, was able to put one down. Now he's going to fall back. Alright, and the shot and the
Chun's
takedown.
Last
Chun's
player
already on
standing.
site. There's no hope. Nadix in a 1v4 gets stunned, grenaded. Again, I like the initiative from Rebel Squad there. Again, with the economic disadvantage, you really just want to off-put your opponents, do something interesting. But it looks like they're well prepared for that, not giving them any ground that they don't need to. And FlareX kind of staring them down right now, 10-12. But again, no op ready for Rebel Squad, meaning a lot of their defensive potential is being cut.
The next fight is upon us. This could be the final one, or this could be another beautiful comeback coming from Team FlareX. The spike is there with Breach. Oh, Winter gets concussed. This is the moment of truth. Oh, the dash coming from Jet was
concussions.
unable to just, let's say, get that advantage for the team. But apart from that,
The
as you
2
can
A
see,
players are gone, but Nalza
another big loss
maybe
for the
doesn't
team.
find the
Last player
timing.
standing.
Isaiah left all alone. A 1v5.
Not an easy one to be precise. Yes, the Vandal is in the hand. Finds one out. But the plant is actually going to be an easy one. And yes, the plant is coming up. But in the close quarter, oh, Winter was ready with that
Winter.
Vandal.
Yeah, very cheeky off angle.
Indeed.
And now, match point, but also FlareX's ticket to overtime. With 3 ults active, well, they've got a really good shot at being able to convert this round. A breach, excuse me. They've got a breach ult, a raise ult, and a cypher ult. 2 important ults to be able to really just break onto site, and 1 for the rotate.
The ults are ready. Now the hindsight from Rebel Squad, it's only the Omen who has got the ult. But I believe everybody's switching for the C side once again. Winter is there, trying to actually go for that long range fight. And yeah, he spots one. Needs are going in.
Grenade does
Concussion
go
is
out,
also
but a
coming
bit
in.
of a blunder on the stun there.
Ooh, Omen might actually find him.
Off your feet! Stealing sight.
Thanks managed to get the trade.
Blind and
those are huge 2 kills. Chun manages. I don't know what happened to that
Last
Prowler.
player standing. One enemy
Trades come
remaining.
flying in.
That's it.
Zings
Spike down. C.
gets taken out.
Defenders win.
Oh man, a very close competition to be precise. A lovely one indeed in the map of Haven. But it's Rebel Squad which is going to go home smiling, but not a not a lot of sigh of relief is going to be there. The thing is, in the next round, the way Team FlareX was able to capsize seems like that they will be able to start off quite well. It can happen, but we'll look into that factor as well. But for now, as you can see that from Rebel Squad, NiQ was the guy which had the maximum amount of kill, and the average combat score was also good. He was quite decent when it comes to the con rating as well. So looking forward to see what happens in the next one.
Yeah, you can also tell. I think Sneaky was just, well, living up to his namesake, being sneaky, crawling up in those weird positions and just getting tons of first bloods, opening up the offensive hits, knowing that it's a 4v5 situation and there's not much that FlareX could have done. Of course, I think, again, it comes down to a lot of that map control. Well, it depends, really. If certain teams prefer to have strict map control, you see teams like DRX in Korea, they don't like to push out that often, but they have extremely strong side controls as well as very good retakes, but those require a lot of patience. And again, not falling to the temptation of wanting to peek or dry peeking and not using util to clear those essential corners, which I think FlareX may have done just a bit poorly there. Rebel Squad's really thinking about what they wanted to do with each piece of utility. And in the end, just winning some of those gunfights like at the end right there, just, I think it was a 3K and a 4K coming out of both Nadix and Zinx.
Indeed, it was quite good. But for now, as you can see that, the next map which is actually going to be there could be Ascent. But for now, guys, we are going to take a short break. And after that, when the lobby will be ready, we'll be back in the game. We'll be back in the meta. We'll be back in the aggression. And remember, guys, that is going to be the second round of the best of 3. First is already in the hands of Rebel Squad. Let's see what happens in the second one. But for now, a short break indeed.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of fluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to don't stop. I body your body like a drum. Body on top. Boy, take it like a hold up. Gon' give it to me, baby, don't stop. I body your body like a drum. Body I create the world in the womb I am. Make her wear the pearls, make her wear the man. I am of the greatest, the great I am. The lion and the lamb, lion and lamb. If you wanna wake up, there's places I could take you. Lost in the dream of what comes after the afterlife. Boom, bop, body like a bass drop. Gon' give it to you, baby, don't stop. I body like a drum. Body on top. Boy, take it like a hold up. Gon' give it to me, baby, don't stop. I body like a drum. Body Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. So every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy. Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of buffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I've been feelings lost. Blind to notice, we've been losing touch. Long gone fairy tale, yeah, we killed the rush. Been months of acting a fiction and staging a Valentine's. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. I think it's time to be true to what we want. Forget how it felt from the outset. Hope history set. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. What comes after Gotta let you say it 'cause I back it up. So appreciate I could back it up. Heading on the way, don't you know I'm up? So up, 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 so up, 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 up. If you wanna wake up, there's places I could take you. Lost in the dream of what comes after the afterlife. Boom, bap, body like a bass drop. Gon' give it to you, baby, don't stop. A body like a drum. Body, body, on top. Boy, I take it like a hold up. Gon' give it to me, baby, don't stop. A body like a drum. Body, body, and create the world in the womb I am. Make her have the pills, make her have the man. I am the greatest, the great I am. The lion and the lamb, lion and lamb. If you wanna wake up, there's places I could take you. Lost in the dream of what comes after the afterlife. Boom, bap, body like a bass drop. Gon' give it to you, baby, don't stop. A body like a drum. Body, body, on top. Boy, I take it like a hold up. Gon' give it to me, baby, don't stop. A body like a drum. Body, body, Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you.
Alright guys, after a short break we are back again once again on the disc, and look at that. It's Rebel Squad which is having a beautiful victorious first round of the best of three. But FlareX might be coming back stronger in the next one. What do you think about that, Jack?
Honestly, it was such a close match on Haven. Both teams looking very well practiced, looking very, just very passionate about the way they're playing. I think it was such a
Right.
close comeback, but Rebel Squad did manage to squeeze out that last kill. I think honestly, FlareX have a very good chance of taking it back on Ascent. Of course, they need to. This is the map they need to take back. Rebel Squad, or Ascent is Rebel Squad's pick. However, I do have faith that FlareX's mechanical advantages and their sort of practice are able to just shine through on all the maps. And really, I think starting on defense is going to give them a bit more of a. Actually, no, they're not starting on defense. Sorry, they're starting on attack. So maybe they have something planned for that.
Let's see how their plans are actually going to become an output of this particular fight. Obviously, it's going to be a very risky fight for Team FlareX because currently they are sitting on the lower side when it comes to the scorecard. So definitely they have to gain those points so that they can come back even stronger. For now, we're waiting on the game to get started and then we'll get to see the carnage pretty soon. But apart from that, the agent picks are something which is going to be quite peculiar to watch. At which are the few agents that these guys are actually going to go with. Moving on that, from defender side, oh, Akayo comes in.
Yep, Rebel Squad on the defense with an all Yoru comp on attack. FlareX kind of keeping their picks a bit of a mystery. Now it's all Astra. But honestly, that's good. I think that shows that they have a good mental health going on right now.
Oh, now Phoenix.
Now it's Phoenix.
But apart from that, from Team Rebel Squad, Nadix is going to go for the Omen. Kaio is there. Neon is going to be there. Pretty much same pick, but yeah, the Fade has been replaced. But on the other corner, now it's Harbor.
5 harbors.
Oh, man. Now it's Chamber.
Okay. Really keeping us on our toes, aren't they?
Yeah, indeed.
Near perfect synchronization, I think. But just talking a little bit about Rebel Squad. Omen, very common pick on Ascent. I think personally he is probably better than Asher just because of the restarting
your
or
agent.
regenerating smokes. KO also an incredibly good agent on this map as well as Sova. But the lack of a Sentinel could be, again, very interesting on a map that typically you want a Sentinel on for that mid control.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
But would love to see how KJ is going to actually put a fight in this particular matchup. Definitely quite eager to see. On the other corner, if we talk about Team Rebel Squad, the way they were able to compensate in the previous fight, things can go south for them in this second round. Because it does look like that FlareX is actually going to start off quite well, and eventually in the last round as well. In the last few fights, Rebel Squad was not looking that good, although they were able to just, let's say, secure that particular round, but eventually they struggled a lot. I believe the score was 10-5 or 11-5 if I'm not wrong, and from that the score went up quite rapidly for Team FlareX. But let's see what happens in this one. The map is Ascent, the ban phase is actually done, the agent selection is already here, and after that now we are going to witness the carnage starting off in just shy of 15 seconds.
I was sort of pumping out an interesting tune on that bow. But looks like FlareX going for a B split or B default maybe. With no Sentinel on site, it's going to be a little bit easier to attack B site, knowing that no mollies, no trips, nothing to really stop the push from happening.
Multiple angles being changed. Okay.
Yeah, but the jig's up.
Jet goes in.
Recon comes out.
Another beautiful takedown.
Winter with a nice kill. Blind comes in.
Oh, the Omen.
Nadix getting a crucial kill. They're tying up the scoreline. But Sneaky,
Spike planted.
again, living up to his namesake, coming along the flank in main. And now FlareX is trapped on site.
Suppressing.
Kill knife goes out, scans two. And Zinx left all alone, but Chasey gets the kill.
Last player standing.
Now 2 in backside.
One enemy remaining.
And Chasey, another good trade.
Swarm grenade out.
Crucial first round. for FlareX to take back this series.
A close one indeed. Well, now moving up ahead, again the buy phase is actually going to be there. But if I talk about the credits, well, for the attackers it's looking good. And on the other corner, if I talk about Rebel Squad, they're pretty much going to stuck with the guns that they were having in the previous one. I believe Frenzy comes in, Sheriff is there, Shorty is also going to be there. But for the attacker side, 3 Spectres are already there.
Yep, looking like a full Spectre, full shield buy. Really looking to hammer home the economic advantage. But this aggressive mid-control does leave the site more open. The only defense really being a KO knife and a molly. Isaiah manages to get scanned, but Winter just jiggling a little bit to see if there's anybody there.
Oh, in the close vicinity, I believe that's Jet lurking in the shadow with a beautiful gun. That could be Shorty if I'm not wrong.
Isame,
And yeah,
the
shots are there.
madman, but doesn't get him.
Oh,
The dash misses and he still stays alive.
that's a very risky
This
approach.
is one of those moments where you want to sage. Yeah, this is one of those moments.
Back in the game with the HP. Let's see what they can do. If we talk about this guy particularly, the Isaiah. He's here in the
That
close
scans
quarter. 5 agent have been
agents.
suppressed. Amazing, man.
It's a huge knife, but Zinx manages to find one off of mid. But do they expect Nadix in the corner?
Ooh, just one.
A good position, but the classic really is
30
quite
seconds
rough to
left.
deal with. Winner picks up Nalza. Now it's all up to Isaiah and Hisame.
Last
But a
player
shorty in
standing.
hand doesn't manage just to find Chase.
Spike planted.
Isaiah maybe hoping to get a token kill here.
Oh,
He won't find it. Winner just takes his head off. Now it's 2-0.
it's looking
very
pretty much
familiar
similar.
scoreline.
Yeah, exactly. It's looking pretty much just like the first round. 2-0. There might be a comeback coming from Rebel Squad's corner. Let's see what happens for now. If Rebel Squad is going to lose this one, there will be a scorecard of 1-1. And then the decider in the map of Pearl will be played. But the buys are done. Spikes are here. And it's Killjoy which is actually going to go with it. Well, let's see what Killjoy is going to pull up as a fruitful match or not. That's the biggest question. 2-0 is the
Indeed.
scoreline. But let's see what happens.
Killjoy with a very common turret placement scans or looks all the way into the mid catwalk.
Spike.
They'll be able to know if somebody peeks. Rebel squad in a 2-1-2
You should
position
run.
here. 2 people on site, 1 on mid.
Scanning ahead.
But this Killjoy ultimate, this lockdown is going to be extremely important, pushing both players off site.
Shadows traveling.
But Sneaky doesn't put the smoke on CT first. Or, sorry,
Ooh,
Evanlia.
what?
But Nalza, what, 2?
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Oh man, lovely comeback indeed coming from the defender's side. That Sova, the way he was able to find out 2 from that particular perspective was absolutely amazing. Now the diffusion is going to be there from Nalza's corner.
Flawless.
Amazing perspective, amazing fights, amazing takedowns, and I believe it's looking pretty much familiar as it was looking in the past round. But things can change quite rapidly. Looking forward to it. Nalza having a beautiful advantage. Let's see what other guys are actually going to do. If we talk about Hisame, Vandal is going to come in along with a Vandal, a classic, it will be there. Vandal again for Sneaky as well. Isaiah finds a Phantom for his choice. Omen is also going to choose the Phantom. But for now, let's see what the attackers are going to do. Because I believe, everybody is going to push in the mid, seems like that.
FlareX with an aggressive mid push, but Hisame just jumping up onto mid here.
Grounded.
Oh, that could have gone horribly. The blind comes out, but Hisame still gets 2.
Ooh,
Gets a 3rd.
One enemy remaining. Spike down
Got the
mid.
spike.
The round seems over just in an instant. JC now
Hisame.
blind, having to deal with both sides.
All said and done. A 2-2 comes in. Hisame with a beautiful counter. Just like what Nalza did in the previous fight.
Oh, honestly, just picking up 3 off of off the rip. That's huge.
That completely shattered the momentum that team FlareX was coming with.
Yeah, and this is one of those reasons why Ascent is considered to be a more defense-sided map. I mean, there's just so many angles you have to cover,
Yeah.
and just one player going crazy can do all sorts of things. But we'll see how this round plays out. The recon bolt is destroyed. FlareX showing presence on B and mid. Rebel Squad can probably infer that they're just holding for a default. Isame, op in hand. Izir managed to find a spam kill. Sneaky with another one. Winter, though,
Get out of my way!
finds the refrag. Unaware of Isame, though. Maybe just saw him.
One enemy remaining.
Bladestorm misses
Spike
entirely.
down B.
Isame kind of having an anime battle with Winter right here.
He tried his level best to survive, but eventually now the ult of that particular player is going to come in. The spikes are actually going to be there. Oh, but no, the knives are not. Oh, a beautiful 1v2!
What the heck was that?
You guys suck.
Man, oh man, an amazing,
I am
an amazing fight.
speechless. What was that?
Ah, winter,
Oh,
winter,
man,
winter.
You can tell Winter's just kind of basking in the glory right there.
Oh man, this beauty.
So he just completely has a showdown with Isame on mid, and just has the best spray control in the world. Okay, let's reset. FlareX is pushing B. Recon goes out.
Was not fruitful.
And we're gonna see Sneaky just backing up a little bit.
Nowhere to run!
Ooh, the Hunter's Fury.
JC looking to get an ult orb here, just to get that powerful lockdown in play.
Ooh,
But Isame
Isame.
finds a pick off of Chun. And now slowly closing in on the flank. Again, not the play you would expect from Operator. Brisovo comes in from Nalza. Doesn't manage to hit anyone, I think. Winter, though.
Player standing.
Huge kill on mid.
A 1v3, maybe. No.
But Isame. Again, you could tell Sneaky was also ready to just trade in case one of them died. Very good teamwork here now.
Well, the timeout will
FlareX.
be there.
Going for a timeout, yeah. It's a bit
Let's-
early to tell, but I think there are a few patterns here. One is FlareX seemed to be just kind of hoarding on the sites. The one time they defaulted, actually, it worked out. But again, I think that was because of Widow's just amazing 4K. And just being able to absolutely shake them up. But I think mid here is so important because Hisame has that op and is able to just hold down a huge sight line. It becomes extra challenging for FlareX to be able to make an effective push onto either side. Even without a sense on it, it appears B is just really difficult to hold because of all the crossfires. And so if I were FlareX, I'd be thinking about how they want to take more map control on attack compared to Haven, where map control is a bit easier, honestly.
Yeah, precisely. But now the timeout is actually going to get over, and once again we'll get to see the carnage. And I'm quite stoked to see what Winter is going to bring to the table. Because honestly speaking, this guy is absolutely on par. And from the team of Rebel Squad, Hesame is another guy. Same agents are actually being picked up by both of them. Jet versus Jet. That was absolutely a beautiful duel that came in the mid-poker fight. But now let's see what happens. Just 4 more seconds to go. Winter might actually go for the spike, or the spike is going to lurk here in the shadows. Alright, they're going to push forward.
It looks like they've taken that sort of analysis to heart. Now they're starting to default. Now they're starting to kind of play for space on mid. And it appears to be working right now as Winter is just going to crawl up. But he's got to be vigilant here. He should know somebody's in tree by now.
Ooh.
And manages to find a kill. Huge 2 picks from Chun and Winter.
Blocking sight.
And Zinx with the headshot onto Hisame. Talk about value from a sheriff. And Winter posted up in a
Spike planted.
Off angle on top of the box. A bit risky in my opinion. Especially with such low HP.
Oh,
It's going on top of the wall.
One enemy remaining.
Shun, again, so much value out of this stinger.
oh, he
a
was
little
completely
trouble
focused on
with that
reveal.
dart.
Thrifty.
And an amazing thrifty round from FlareX.
Zinx with the op. Oh, that could be fruitful. Let's see. But Evanlia in this particular round is unable to find even a single frag. So let's see what happens.
Yes,
on the other corner with 11.
switches off the Bucky. I thought that was a bit of a troll move, but does manage to buy Phantom here. But Rebel Squad does have somewhat of a decent buy. 3 rifles and 2
Cover
frenzies.
going out.
But at the same time, a Blade Storm. This could be very big upset. Taking extremely fast control
Oh,
of B.
Winter.
Isaiah. Huge pick on Winner. Now, Sneaky is being less sneaky.
The suppression is there as well. Oh, another one. Lovely.
But this...
Everybody's pretty much regrouped at the same angle, trying to deflect every single attack that is going to come in front of them. Shots
Bit
are
of
being
an early null command from KO as well.
You will not
And now Winter getting rezzed. Equalizes the numbers. Still plenty of time left. 50 seconds. They still have options. The only problem is, of course, they need to re-clear B lobby, B main. Basically, have to work off of limited utility here. Maybe the operator on attack was maybe not the best decision. They are able to clear B. Draws
30
a
seconds
lot of
left.
sound, however. And they're going to be running into 3. No, 4.
You should run.
The lockdown comes in.
Oh, Winter once again.
Showing unable to trade because of the blind. FlareX need to get onto site right now.
10 seconds left.
The plant goes down. Shun
Spike planted.
stairs.
Neon in the close quarter. Shots are going to be there. And another beautiful takedown.
But caught out of
Ooh,
position.
that was a
Zinx
lovely
managed to
shot.
find one.
Player standing.
Unable to find another. In a 2v1, Evenlia needs to make something work.
One enemy remaining.
Ah,
one.
finally.
Gets a
Oh,
second, a
lovely.
huge clutch.
That was fun.
And who says controllers can't frag? That was an amazing clutch from Evenlia.
Well, I believe in just before this round, I believe in the previous round we were talking about the frags that Evanlia had. That was 0, but now it's 3, and a very crucial 3 frags to be precise from this round. FlareX
Exactly,
looking
and-
good. Yeah.
And you notice FlareX really hitting their stride, really taking that timeout into consideration, really trying to think about the way that they control the map. But it looks like they're going for a bit of an A rush here, maybe turning into an A default soon. That one way being very dangerous, but a pop flash from KO, sort of in vain. Now Nadix hoping to just hold on to site, but Hisame on the flank. Can he find somebody?
Oh man.
Is unable to.
Last player standing.
Sneaky with a rifle, isn't able to find anybody. Nadix trying to jump through the smoke. But 10 health left and he gets spammed down through the wall.
All done and dusted. A buffer of 3 rounds in the favor of Team FlareX. Seems like that we are for sure going to go for the Pearl map, the decider one. It could be quite probably happening. But for now, 9 rounds have been passed. Let's see what
It's
happens.
a bit early to say that, but here's hoping, you know? We all
Yeah.
want to see a bit more Valorant.
Exactly. We would love to see what happens because that anticipation of the last round is going to be quite amazing. But now, everybody from the attacker side is pretty much regrouping in the B side, close to the B side, and I believe it could be a all B rush. But let's see what happens. Trying to focus on the mid
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
They are on a B lobby, but Hisame choosing to hold the cross with an off. Again, such a dangerous position. Winner with the first frag. He was arguably one of the best fraggers on the team, And now it's all up to Nalza alone in backside.
Ooh,
Can get one.
lovely.
Finds another.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Wow, that was huge. That was a brilliant strategy.
Yeah, Nalza just holding from backside, and maybe Chasey unable to trade that properly by falling down.
It was unexpected for Team FlareX that there might be somebody hiding in that particular area. But yeah, that was good. A beautiful hold indeed. Moving up ahead, let's see what happens in this round. 30 more seconds to go. When it comes to the kills from Rebel Squad, it's NiQ. Just barely touching 9 pointers at this point. When it comes to Winter, in the double digits, 13 frags. Zinx moves up to the 6 frags. Evelia is also having the 6 frag. Evelia. But let's see what kind of push is actually going to be there. As you can see there.
FlareX.
Yeah.
FlareX just going for a more default position. And Shun, bit of a vanity ult there. Winner does find one, but Hisame comes in with the trade. So dangerous on the ult.
Ooh.
Jump peeks another, but is unable to find anyone.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
Oh, look what Chase is doing.
Chasey's just pushed all the way up on A. And they know this, but Hisame is going for an aggressive peek. Is he ready though?
Oh.
Oh, good trade.
Was able to take one, but Owen eventually finded him out. Because he was running, and I believe that was the audio cues that was pretty much given from Hisame's corner. With that, once
Family,
again,
gonna
Shun is going to be
TP
there.
to A site. Basically free, but Shun,
30 seconds left.
very weird position in mid, needs to find a kill here. And he misses the shot. And it's 2v2 situation now. Nadix
One enemy
Oh
remaining.
man, lovely.
stuck in layers, but manages to find both.
Now going to defuse a spike, nobody's in the way. And an easy victory in this
a-
particular round.
It was a bit of a flankception there, trapped between two players.
Yeah.
Does manage to find the opening though. FlareX
Last round
is,
before
in
the
all
switch.
honesty, doing okay. I think it was maybe just a few of those gunfights that didn't go their way. Them working the map was superb. Again, having a free A site, but maybe just losing one too many people trying to get there. It appears they're going for another default, maybe a B default, B split. While Rebel Squad maintains their
Ooh, the
default
concuss.
position of Sova and Neon on B side.
KJ got concussed. The stun was there, but now KJ moves forward.
You should run.
Alright, with that, the Hunter's Fury is
Now's
also going to be
ready
there.
for
Oh
it.
man, that was amazing. Two guys from the particular perspective was taken down, and now it's all about Winter and the Human
But
and the
Winter
other guys.
popping off. 2 kills off of mid. Cracks open. The middle of the map. Might be a bit of an overheat though.
Oh,
Oh, and narrowly dodges death.
Spike down. Defender spawn. One
What?
enemy remaining.
And Shun,
Last player standing.
with the information gained from his teammate's death, manages to find the last kill.
Switching sides.
every now and then Winter is just proving quite beneficial for the team. And on the other corner, if we talk about Rebel Squad, everybody is just trying to actually go for the group effort, the team effort. And when it comes to Winter from FlareX, that is the guy who's actually doing a lot of job when it comes to the collection of frags and collection of heads. So seems quite lovely at this point. But now, as you can see, that the sides have been switched. So it's a pistol round. And Winter is going to go for the Sheriff. Ghost is going to be there for Shun. Classics, 3 classics are going to be there for Evanlia, Chase, and Zinx when it comes to Team Rebel Squad. 1 Ghost, and all the other guys are actually going to go with the particular classics that they are actually going to have with a shield for Nalza, half shield.
And it looks like FlareX has guessed right, putting 3 players on B with a Killjoy setup. But the Neon's just gonna rush in. 2 stuns, so oppressive on the pistol round. Isame finds the first kill on Shun. They're both dashing into sight now.
Ooh,
And Evenlian finds Isame. Sneaky does manage to get the trade.
a 4v3. The spike has been planted. The shots are being there. And then again, the dash
Sneaky's
is pretty much
dangerously
ready.
low though.
Oh, shots were
Winter.
there.
JC,
One down.
huge frag, but
Last
this
player
smoke
What is the
is
trade? Again, off to a good start. Team Rebel Squad is showing signs of a comeback. Let's see how far they are actually going to go. Meanwhile, if we talk about Team FlareX, somehow their strategies are not working out. If we talk about Winter, yes, of course, the damage is coming from Winter's corner. I believe Winter is the scariest player from Team FlareX because this guy is just absolutely prudent when it comes to his aim, when it comes to the game. And now moving up ahead, let's talk about the 14th round. Oh, the presence has been
this
detected.
KO is causing a lot of problems with that scan. Rebel Squad taking aggressive mid control, going into a B split. Both players just left helplessly on site with no weapons. Sneaky just takes off too. Isaiah with another one.
Spike
Winter,
planted.
can he make something work here?
Very low on his HP. There's 12 HP left at this point. Some more shots are going on. Kaio might be taken down, but no Sage gets finished off. With that, another beautiful damage would have been given. But Neon finally manages to take down the Winter. And with that, once again, Team Rebel Squad is going to be a little bit more on the happier note. But the competition is looking very close, as you can see, Jake.
Yeah, very close. I mean, technically speaking, FlareX actually did better on the offense side. I believe it was a 7-5 scoreline. Now
Exactly.
it's equalized up to 7-7, but I would say FlareX is still favored on this half just because of the 2 Sentinels, Sage, and Killjoy on defense. It's a very, very difficult thing to break through, but looks like Rebel Squad going for a default now. Aggressive mid control.
Ooh, in the
Three
mid.
players pushing up. Maybe transitioning into a B split. Huge flash. Piece of May. Dashes into one. Winter finds one. Sneaky gets the refrag. Now A side looks almost free. Shun still holding heaven. Drops down. Sneaky's able to hear that. Does he expect him all the way there? Is Chun. Great flick. Nadix.
Just two
Nice
left.
headshot.
Oh,
Both players
Nal's out.
now on A. Will they expect
planted.
Isaiah here?
Last player standing.
No, they don't. Chun managed to get the trade. But it is imperative that he at least deal some kind of economic damage here to maintain some semblance of a victory.
Scanning ahead.
But both Rebel Squad members are playing in the backside.
Cover going out.
Take
Chun
flight.
could use this to his advantage, though. They're burning a lot of util just to stay alive. And he
The
falls
position
down.
has been revealed, and that's it. A 8-7 Rebel Squad finally comes up with a victorious lead in this particular fight.
Currently up 3-0 on the attacking half. To be fair, I think FlareX is doing quite well in terms of just individual skill, but the macro is just maybe not there. Not aware of taking space on the defense, even though they took space on the offense.
The blind is
Again,
there.
looking like Rebel Squad on a fast B split. Isame holding mid. Sneaky manages to get the first kill, and the site is theirs, but Hisame, again, an absolute madman, rushes through mid into the smoke as it's disappearing.
Sneaky knows the position, and there we go. One more takedown coming from Natix's corner. With that, Natix goes on, but Tasova won't be able to survive. With that, Omen is actually going to be the last man standing. Emilia, he was able to counter quite a bit, but no, it's not going to be the case. 9-7, and Rebel Squad has just started to pop off, and the way they are actually doing it, looking good. As you said, Jake, that the individual performance coming from this team is looking good, but Team FlareX as a whole is unable to do that counter. But now again a timeout is here. With that, it's 50 seconds for them to plan a new strategy, maybe look into the things that is going wrong, and then eventually come back even harder.
Yeah, now looking at a full gun round, again, this is where the strategy needs to really pay off. FlareX is just kind of struggling to take this map control, basically allowing, a two duelist comp to just run all over mid and take so much space, making it very difficult even for a B-side hold when you're holding up with the Killjoy utility or even just sitting back in Boathouse. It's still not working just because there's so many people on site so quickly. FlareX really need to know how to defend this B side when honestly B side is probably the easier site to hold on defense, especially with two Sentinels. And we'll just have to see how they adapt right now.
Definitely looking forward to it. But for now, as you can see, that the pressure is just getting evolved, and on the hindsight, the attacking formation is working out quite well. RS's Nalza goes in. Rebel squad maybe actually go for the A side, but as you can see that the number of kills that Sneaky is able to rake is absolutely amazing. Winter on the other corner was also very good when it comes to the attacking formation, but for now, when it comes to the defensive position, I believe Winter is unable to do a lot for the team. But then again, some shots are going in.
It's interesting you say that because as a jet, you'll ideally be wanting to op, but Winner is posted up on B, not really controlling mid, but again, you don't see you see this quite often, especially during the chamber meta with chamber just holding this angle. But Jet perhaps might be better suited for the mid hold. Again, we'll have to see how FlareX is holding this. Both teams sort of keeping each other honest, exchanging a bit of utility. And you'll notice here Rebel Squad actually leaving mid quite open. Not even really defaulting towards it.
It's a tough enclosure for sure. Chun on the other corner is just waiting with this Vandal for the right opportunity to strike on. And Emilia is there stuck at the mid. Winter with the op still waiting for the right opportunity, but that opportunity might not come in soon. On the other corner, we'll talk about Chase with that Vandal. This guy is also waiting. When it comes to Zinx, another beautiful Vandal.
30 seconds left.
But
This
finally the
honestly
shots are
seems a
starting.
bit like a gamble. But Zinx with the wall.
I can't
But
use
manages to get tagged by the knife and is unable to slow.
Oh, one more
Sneaky
pick
just slides in there. Bentley unable to capitalize.
Calling my bot. 10 seconds
Winter.
left. Spike planted.
Winter and Chasey, the only two left alive. Honestly, might just have to be a save here. The op is so expensive.
4,500 credits.
Last player standing.
Oh, SMA
Chasey
gets...
gets taken down.
Yeah. Winter on the other corner is actually going to save his op. Seems like that. Yeah, waiting for the right opportunity, but that won't actually come in because the spike has already been planted. The guys from the perspective of Rebel Squad are slowly but surely trying to make their way to the B or maybe A lobby as well. Let's see what happens. For now, the shots are not going to be there. And this guy, Winter, is just completely going to safeguard his op for the next one.
Rebel Squad being very prudent, not wanting to give Winter a chance, but even still, I'd say in this situation, it's very worth it to go and chase down the op, knowing that, that is potentially FlareX's ticket into winning this defensive round. Just having a good line of sight,
Right.
and preventing them from taking that control that they want.
Players are ready once again. And if I talk about the credits, it's looking good.
Sneaky getting a bit restless here. But it does look a bit like a default. Two people posted on mid, one tiles,
Ooh,
one top
Marshall.
mid. And more towards the extremities. But Winner posted on B, not mid. And now Rebel Squad starting to scale up on Catwalk, looking for an A split. Chasey does see the head, but doesn't manage to land the shot here. That could have been a huge kill.
Oh,
Ooh, crispy
Lovely.
headshot from Chasey. Now that's one of the entries gone. Winter crawling up, just trying to take a bit more space. But the team is still going for the hit. Zinx manages to find one. Again, a 3v4 now. Chun a bit high on the ult.
Last player standing.
And Isaiah somehow manages to kill himself with his own fragment. Alza has to bait the shot.
Takes one.
Finds one.
30 seconds left.
Manages to get tagged by the Marshal.
Oh,
A bit of trouble trying to clear him.
and he was pretty much in an enclosure from a lot of sides. But no, that was a lovely comeback. That is indeed a lovely comeback coming from the team known as FlareX. But let's see how far this comeback is going to get stretched up. The reason being, once again, Rebel squad is looking very close to their victory. And this victory is going to be the final one because in this NiQ comeback tournament, as you know, this is the finals. It was a best of 3, and out of the best of 3, this is the second round, which if is in the hands of Team Rebel Squad, it will actually seal the deal for Team Rebel Squad. But when it comes to FlareX, I believe they are trying their level best to give the comeback for sure, going for the mid locations, and the shots are coming up once again, trying to chase out the Sage. That was a risky one.
Great shot at Isame. And Sneaky
Spike down B.
running them down with the ult. Trades come flying in, but now it's a 2v2 to sell the score.
There. Spike planted.
Neon
This is-
KO.
Very dangerous for Rebel Squad. Lockdown is available, and they have nothing to clear it with. But you can kind of see that they're expecting this. Both players kind of pushed up, not playing back in Boathouse, knowing that they can get trapped. They're very aware of this lockdown, and the lockdown
A big
isn't
loss.
able to go out. Sneaky wins the duel.
Amazing. With that, 11 and 8. Just 2 more rounds to go. Rebel Squad will be the champions of the first comeback tournament of 2023 presented by NiQ Tournaments. Heavenly on the other corner, ready with the ult. A lot of players from Team Rebel Squad are pretty much ready with the ult. 4 are there, and same goes for the FlareX as well. Sova is not having the ult. The Hunter's Fury is gone out of its hand. Neon on the other corner, just as we saw in the last round, the beautiful usage of that ult was absolutely amazing. But Sneaky once again wants to go forward. The concussion might actually come in from this guy's corner because he has watered. Apart from that, players might actually switch in from the B side. But look at that, what this guy particularly is going to do. Hisame tries to go from the mid locations. It can be a risky approach, but the spikes are here. Knives are out.
Flash goes in. Rebels maybe looking for a split here, but it's being dismantled. 2 kills, 1 on B lobby and 1 on the catwalk.
I'm out of here.
Not looking very good
Oh,
for Rebels.
what?
And Winner hits an amazing shot on Sneaky. What is that?
Last player standing.
Zinx, another on Hisame. And Alza, the only one left. Manages to get a spray, but gets traded by Chasey instantly.
I mean,
That
that
round
was, yeah,
felt
They demand
So
that was
choppy.
unexpected when Sneaky tried to fall back from the situation.
Yeah, just kind of. I suppose that's one of the reasons why Neon perhaps isn't as popular as Jet on a map like this. Just not
Yeah.
having the longer range of the dash and the speed is really quite punishing.
And we did saw that how beautifully Winter was able to capitalize on the Sneaky. So let's see what happens in this one.
You can
Gap
see
of
Nalza
Corons are
still
there.
holding on to his ult. He's the only counter to a really powerful lockdown from Killjoy. But that also means they're quite limited. They're unable to use that for their side hits. And if they do, a very strong retake is possible. And it appears both teams sort of trading utility on mid. Pushing towards the extremities. Now you see Nalza trying to jump spot something on mid. Sees that it's smoked off. And now he's very aware of who could be behind this wall. As Rebels, again, slowly moving up to B main. Looking for an explosive hit once this Sage wall goes down. And the wall breaks. But nothing. They're not going yet. Waiting just a little bit for Sneaky. And now they're ready. No command in hand, but the slow makes it very difficult for the rest of the team to follow. And Hisame on the side alone. Managed to get
30
Zinx though.
seconds left.
A perfect B execute.
Perfect entry indeed. Despite of
And
all
now
the
Nalza
traps. Yep.
Reconning out, but again, holding on to that ult, knowing that the Killjoy
Oh.
lockdown is very much available.
I am the hunter.
But instead chooses to use it on mid. Sneaky gets kill on Shun. Evenlia gets traded out by Sneaky.
Easy.
Go, go, go!
One enemy remaining.
And now
Last
JC.
player standing.
Oh, but Winter equalizes the score in a 1v1 against Nadix. Has to take this fight. There's no time. Nadix maybe going for a very interesting play.
Oh,
Winner. With no time.
Ah, the attackers won. That was a brilliant play indeed.
Match
It's
point.
a valiant effort by Winter, but that execute was just too good. That no command really just preventing anything from happening. The Sage slow, while good, just was bypassed by Hisame's dash. But if there is a round to win, it's this one.
Precisely.
With the resurrection and the lockdown still in hand, FlareX could easily take this back.
Yeah, seems like that it's quite possible for them to take this back because they've got their ults. And along with that, Omen has also got their ult. Itself, to be precise. But there is a push in the mid, I believe. So let's look into it. Oh, Sage gets counters at the same time. Apart from that, I believe another counter might
Evenly
actually
and
come in.
Chasey managed to get their picks.
Coming through!
And Evenly with the classic.
Last player
Oh.
standing.
Sneaky getting traded out.
That's it.
Well, and that was a very fast round. I could barely tell what was happening, but again, you can tell that Rebel Squad going for their trademark B split going through market, but was countered very easily by just maybe a few mistimed util executions, and just maybe not having the positioning, the micro positioning ready. But this is going to end up in them having a very broken buy. Isaiah, the only player with a rifle in hand, and only one ultimate.
Shadows
Sneaky. Let's see how much he's able to make out of this.
Again, going from the mid locations.
Here.
Trying to regroup. Sage is there with a wall, if I'm not wrong.
Slows go in just to dissuade them from pushing, but it looks like Rebel Squad is going to go for a full catwalk push.
Hi! Hit!
Flash
Another
comes out.
takedown.
Hisame manages to do a lot of work, but Winter holding A main is just going to be a problem. And the crossfire from Evenlia. And Winter just taking peeks. The resurrection comes out, making it a 4v2. Two ultimates available. Chun
Shock dart.
and Chasey. There's the
Last
lockdown.
player standing.
That's
There it
it.
is. But honestly, I think that's a bit of a waste against the save.
Now you can see
mean-
that the score are pretty much similar. 12-11.
To be fair, of course, you know, if I were FlareX, I'd spend no expense on trying to get this. Again, they're up against their match point, so they really have to win the round. But
Yeah.
even still, I mean, it didn't look like both players were being forced out by the ultimate, so the value out of that is a bit iffy.
Vandal versus Vandal could be the perspective, but I believe Winter is going to pick the op.
Let us hunt.
Indeed, this could be a repeat of last match, or it could be the upset that FlareX are looking for.
Revealing area.
Both teams exchanging initiator utility. Nobody seems to be scanned though. Now, Rebel Squad again taking so much control over mid. This just allows them to rotate so easily, but Winter is not checking his corners.
Ooh, Winter,
that's the
Winter,
first kill.
Winter. A big loss indeed for the team. Now they can completely shift on to the B side if they want to, but seems like that they're pretty much focused on the A1.
Oh, FlareX
Not
in a
ready yet.
very bad position. This A
Scanning
split is
ahead.
gonna hurt.
Spike down A.
Jim manages to find one. Now a 3v4 situation. But Nadix on the late lurk could prove to be the win condition. If
Oh,
Nadix dies here,
KJN's
this could be a very bad
KJ and Sage.
round.
Aye.
But Isame gets traded out.
Cover going out.
We do have Isaiah playing in hell. Sneaky.
Blinding.
On the generator. They managed to get Isaiah.
Ooh, that's it.
Sneaky with the 2K.
Attackers win.
That's it.
2 kills to close out the round.
Pretty much same as to what happened in the Haven. Score was 12-11, and after that, one good match. And look at that, it's 13-11. And with that, we can clearly see Rebel Squad is going to be the new champion of this NiQ Comeback Tournament 2023. A lovely start indeed in this particular year. Rebel Squad outperformed guys like Winter from the particular team known as FlareX. Although Winter was absolutely a guy which you can't actually mess around with. Those snipe shots, those deadly knives, the ults that Winter was able to use was absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. Winner just proved himself to be that MVP, a match MVP, honestly, and really was the crux to FlareX's victories. A lot of times, just being able to get those picks on mid or just finding the lurk positioning, all that stuff. Winner was just able to crack open so many situations for FlareX. But in the end, it was just a battle of attrition. And I think Rebel Squad really did, again, prepare for this map. Specifically with the Neon causing so much chaos with the ult, really finding a lot out of, just having no guns in their hands, really converting a lot of those unwinnable rounds into relatively easy victories.
Oh man, I was quite excited, to be honest, from the start of this particular match. And eventually the excitement was there until the last round happened. It was absolutely amazing to see how the last round I saw unfolded. Natix was able to hold a very beautiful angle, but eventually he traded one off. And after that, the Omen was also there. But then the trade was not enough. And Kaio, the way that he was hiding behind the particular area where the spike was planted, that was also quite fruitful. And with that, guys, at the end, we can clearly see it's Rebel Squad which is going to be on the top. The interview is also going to be there, guys. So for that, we are going to take a short break. And after that, we'll get to witness the insight that Rebel Squads and their players were having.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of fluffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy. Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of bluffing the bushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk.
right, everybody. Hello, welcome back after that break. Again, congratulations to Rebel Squad for an amazing game, amazing 2 games over FlareX. Really, really just outstanding performance and a really tight game too. 13-11 on both maps. Um, Again, yeah, like not only just congratulations, but I hope you guys again find a lot more success in the future.
Thank
You
you.
guys are able to just do just amazing. I hope you guys are able to just realize just how much potential you have. But onto the interview. Actually, we got quite a few questions. For me personally, I just want to know maybe like, do you guys have a lot of set strats for each map, or do you guys favor a few maps in general?
I think we have a decent amount of stress for each and every map, but I wouldn't say we favor, but we do perform stronger on certain maps.
Okay, would you mind telling me what those maps are? Like,
I would say our before the update, Breeze was one of our strongest.
uh
Now
huh,
with the new update, I can comfortably say it's one of them is definitely Heaven.
uh huh.
I guess Ascent can be in there. What other maps are there?
Pearl.
Pearl. Okay,
Pearl, Lotus,
we do
Icebox.
decent. We do decent on Pearl and Icebox, but
Okay.
I'd favor personally. I would say Heaven and Ascent are better, but
Uh-huh.
Icebox and Pearl we can still fight. But yeah, not Lotus. No one likes
Okay.
Lotus.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's really new. Doors are kind of tricky. But yeah, that's good to hear. That's one more question I have about, say, I guess in terms of your teamwork. I heard from Hisame, like you guys do a lot of prep in terms of like trading, making sure you guys have that sort of that micro level going on. Is there anything you guys do to prepare for the macro level, like in terms of map awareness and map control?
Macro level, I'd say we just continue play rank over and over, and then we
Oh,
just get used to the different
mm,
situations that are thrown at us. And then I think
mhm,
as we play more, get to we kind of like intellectually know you can just read what they're gonna do without even saying it, or like just follow by intuition,
mhm.
and everything kind of just falls into place.
Okay.
So it's
Mm,
just it's more of how we get. I guess how we somewhat get synchronized is we just try to play as much as with one another, understand what we're gonna do, what can happen, and what we're gonna do afterwards.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I guess as a aside to that, maybe like on that Ascent game, I noticed you guys were really taking a lot of mid control. I mean, they basically, FlareX basically just kind of gave it up a lot of times, and you guys would just literally walk down cat for free and just do a split onto A.
Yeah.
I was noticing though, like when you guys lost rounds on attack, did you notice that the team was, showing a lot more aggression on mid?
Sorry, say again.
Like, did you notice like that the FlareX is showing a bit more aggression on mid in those rounds that you maybe lost, or was it more of a sight hold kind of thing?
I think it was more towards side hold. I think our mid was quite strong.
Okay,
But in my defense, I wasn't seeing a lot of the mid action. I was mostly holding the aim in control. But I
right.
think with the rest of my guys, they held mid pretty well.
Hmm.
I think those other rounds that we lost, I think it wasn't much of mid play. The mid control was lost. It's more towards the other areas like A main and B main that were taken out. So it kind of all pinched into one.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say the mid is the problem. I would say it's the other side's aggression.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good read. Raider, do you have any questions you want to ask as well?
Pretty much summed up everything that I wanted to ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again so much for participating in our little tournament here.
No
Again, we
worries.
wish you all the best. You guys are, great at what you do. It's just been a pleasure to watch.
Ooh.
What is this?
Continue.
I feel like I'm being held at gunpoint here. Just a neon off screen, holding a vandal to my head. Uh,
Might be me.
we're in the same location. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for playing. It was just a great watch, and I'm sure the audience also had a lot of fun watching your close games. If you have anything to say to the audience, please go ahead.
Shout out all the supporters of Rebel Squad. Please continue to support us. I would also like to thank my teammates and our coach doing some extra research. Without I don't think it'll be a winnable game, but we all put in our effort. But thank you so much for supporting, guys. Rebel Squad on Instagram. Let's see if I can pull it up right now. I'll just type it in the chat. Yeah, Rebel Squad on Instagram. So Yeah. Thank you.
All
Okay,
right.
shout out to my ex and Rianne. All right.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. Thanks again for that message. But again, we're just so excited to have you here. And for all the people watching at home on Twitch, that's all we got for now. Please give Rebel Squad another round of applause at home.
Indeed, go for it. And as a recap, you saw yesterday on the offline mode, I believe the quarterfinals happened, and then semi-finale was FlareX by beating Cargo Bros. They were able to make their way to the finals, and eventually after that, today we saw in the best of three Rebel Squad versus Astro Gaming. It was Rebel Squad which was able to be victorious in that particular perspective, and after that, again, back-to-back 2 rounds in the favor of Rebel Squad, and that's how the finals is in the favor of Team Rebel Squad. And finally, guys, to wrap up the day, this was it. We'll be seeing you on another beautiful stream. Until then, guys, peace out. Thank you for joining us.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone?